Soon after experiencing the joy of welcoming twins, a man suspects the babies aren't his and takes a DNA test with them. A week later, the words in the test results stare back at him. How far could a woman go to save her marriage? And could she really save it if it involved lies rather than trust and love? Sarah had questioned her marriage several times since she married the love of her life, Dave. He was everything a man should be: kind, gentle, and caring. But in recent years, Sarah had seen those traits change, and that scared her. Dave always wanted to become a father, and Sarah wanted to have a family too. But luck was not on their side. Even after years of fertility treatments, Sarah failed to conceive, and Dave was very stressed about it. "We can always adopt," Sarah told him one day. "After all, we just want to have a family." "Adoption?" screamed Dave. "An adopted child won't fix it, Sarah. What are you trying to say?" "Dave," Sarah teared up, "all kids need is love and care, and we can give them that." "Look, I'm not against adoption, babe," he said gently. "It's just that if we adopt, well, you'll never be able to experience the love of carrying the child inside you, honey, and we won't experience the joy of awaiting our baby's arrival or the delight of caring for every little thing for our child. Are you getting tired of trying? Tell me, Sarah, are you giving up? Do you not care about those experiences?" That day, Sarah saw something in Dave's eyes that told her he wouldn't take no for an answer, because if she said no, he would leave her and everything would end, or so she thought. "That's not what I meant, Dave," she said quietly. "I thought adoption was an option if we couldn't have a child." "I'm sorry," Dave said, realizing he was harsh. "I'm just a bit worried. Again, I don't have anything against adoption. All I want to say is we shouldn't give up so soon, okay?" After that, Sarah and Dave never spoke about adoption. They had several fights when 2 more pregnancy tests were negative, but they never discussed adoption again, and the 3rd pregnancy test brought an end to all problems. "Dave!" Sarah screamed from the bathroom. Dave was downstairs in the living room when he heard Sarah's voice. He rushed to the bedroom and saw she was crying. "We're pregnant! We're having a baby!" she cried. "What? Are you serious?" He couldn't believe it until she showed him the test kit, which had 2 lines. "I can't believe this," he said and hugged her. "Are we really? Oh, this is unbelievable." "Yes, honey," Sarah told him in tears. "We are really having a baby. We are going to become parents." But soon after, the couple's excitement was washed away when Dave received a notification from the Navy that he needed to report back. He was a sailor, and it was time for him to leave. He wouldn't be there for Sarah's delivery. "Do you really have to go?" Sarah asked him. She was 2 weeks pregnant then and didn't want Dave to be gone for the rest of her pregnancy. "By the time I'm back, we'll have our baby, darling. I need to work to buy toys, clothes, and so much more for our little one and to ensure his mom is comfortable too." "I love you," said Sarah. He kissed her on the cheek. "Love you too," he replied, and soon he was gone. Sarah didn't have a good feeling as she watched him leave. Something told her to stop him, but she didn't. Perhaps she should have. 10 months later, one day, Dave was sitting on a park bench and his twins were in the pram beside him. He was so happy when he returned home and found out he was a father to not 1 but 2 adorable babies. "They're beautiful," he'd said, holding them in his arms. "They're the most beautiful babies, Sarah." Soon after, his thoughts were interrupted as one of the twins started crying. Dave scooped baby Adam in his arms and began crooning to him. Suddenly, a quiet voice told Dave, "I guess they take after their mother." Dave turned to the side to see an older woman seated beside him. He was so busy with Adam that he hadn't noticed her sitting on the same bench. "I think you're mistaken, ma'am," he told the lady confidently. "They don't," but Adam didn't finish his sentence. When he looked at babies now, he couldn't say he looked like him either. "I'm sorry, I should leave," he told the woman abruptly and left the park. At home, Dave couldn't get the older woman's words outside his head. He told Sarah about it, but she just laughed him off. "Babies change as they grow up, honey. They're our babies." But Dave didn't believe Sarah. He recalled his parents were uneasy when they first saw the babies. His mother had told him something was wrong because the twins didn't resemble him or Sarah, but Dave had brushed it off in the excitement of becoming a father. Now that thought worried him. He wanted to know if the twins were his, so he secretly took a DNA test with them. A week later, the test results arrived, and the words 0% match stared back at Dave. The babies were not his. How is this possible? I trusted Sarah. How could she even, and why did she lie to me when I asked her about the babies? David was fuming in rage. He had trusted his wife, and she had deceived him. He drove home from the hospital in a rage and confronted Sarah. "Guess what, babe?" he said. "The babies won't look like me ever because those kids are not mine." With that, Dave tossed the DNA results to the floor, and Sarah had every bit of the fear in her eyes that Dave had anticipated. He could see he was right. That shattered him. "Dave, listen," she said in tears. I can explain." "Whose children are those, Sarah? Tell me who those goddamn kids are." A woman I met at the hospital," Sarah blurted. And Dave's face turned pale. "I had a miscarriage while you were away. I was so depressed I didn't know what to do. I was hurt too, Dave. You wanted a child and I lost our baby. I was scared you'd leave me. I found a set of twins had been abandoned at the hospital and chose to take them home. My parents are dead and yours were abroad, so nobody knew. But they are our kids now. We are their parents. Their mother didn't want them, Dave." "No, first and foremost, Sarah, we wanted a baby." "You're crazy," he shouted. "How could you? It's over," he declared. "I'm divorcing you. I will support those children financially and pay alimony, but I can't live with you under the same roof." "I wouldn't have left you if we didn't have kids, Sarah. What hurts me is that I trusted you and you broke my trust. Marriage survives on trust and partnership, not lies. We need to end this." Dave eventually divorced Sarah, but he continued to support the children. Sadly, that incident has left him scarred. It will be difficult for him to trust anyone, and his wounds will take time to heal. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with someone who may find it interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.